Hello and welcome to another guide for new players for Magic the Gathering. And for this guide, I will talk about the gameplay and the paces or of plays in Magic the Gathering. Now, let's begin. As I have said in the previous guide, when you start on your play, you will have to draw 7 cards. Now, let's see. 5, 2 more. Here are the cards. Now, I will explain the paces first briefly. Now, the first pace is the beginning pace. This is where you untap your lands or untap your artifacts and then draw a card if you can. Now, in the beginning phase, you can trigger instants and probably some sorceries too. Now, we will go to the next phase, and that is the first main phase, and this is our hand. Now, first I should explain the first of what you will do when you play. You will have to first shuffle your cards, shuffle them well. I don't really have a good shuffling technique, so then you let your opponent shuffle them, and then you shuffle your opponent's cards too. This is why you need sleeves to not turn, so your opponent can easily see your cards when they shuffle them. But for this demonstration, I don't really have any sleeves yet. Then when you finish shuffling, you give your opponent's deck back to them, and they give yours back. Then you put your deck back in here. Then you draw 7. Here 7. Let's see, am I right? Okay, here are 7. And then let's see. Let's say you have no lands, or you have all the lands. Like you have a lot of lands in your hand, like 6 lands and 1 creature. Now, there's a rule in MTG that lets you mulligan, or you put your cards back, your hand, to the deck, then you shuffle your deck, shuffle them, then you draw 7 cards again. 2 more. But and when you're good with your hand, you will put 1 card to the bottom of your library in any order for how many times you mulligan. So let's say you mulligan for the second time, you will have to put 2 cards back under your library. Now, let's go to the first main phase. On the first main phase, you can play your lands, your creatures, practically anything that you can play. But on your first turn, you probably will just play a land, and then you will pass the turn. Then when you pass the turn, let's say you will probably play another land if you have no creatures that only take 1 mana. Then you will pass again. Now, let's say your opponent has now a creature. Oh yeah, I forgot to draw. Don't forget to draw. Don't be like me. I forget to draw. You have to draw on your second turn if you're the first player or the first to turn. Because on your first turn you don't really draw. It's hard to really explain. Now, this is the hand. Let's say your opponent played a creature. Now, once the creature is in the field, it can't attack on when it's first summoned or put into the battlefield. So, it he or she, your opponent, will probably pass a turn 2, and then you will play I will play another land. Damn, this hand sucks, to be honest. Then when you draw, you will pass the turn again because you don't have creatures, or I don't have any creatures that can do anything. So, it is the second turn that the creature that my opponent has put on the field. Now, this creature can now attack now. So, because I don't have any monster, any creatures, my opponent would pretty much attack me because I can't block any creatures this turn. So, I will go from 20 to 19. Let's see, where's the 19? Can't find it. Where is it? Ah, shit. Where is it? Here we go. Here, 19. Then I will draw. Then I'll put a land. Now we can play something. So let's see here. I'll play Vampire Revenant and put it on the field. And then tap my lands. Now, but when you have flying, as I have probably said in my last video, you cannot pretty much be attacked by anything that has no flying, but you can block the creature that is attacking you. Let's say I summon the Charity Extractor. I cannot attack the Tattered Hunter, so I can attack directly, and the Tattered Hunter can still block. Okay, but I cannot attack the Tattered Hunter because Charity Extractor has no flying. Let's get Vampire Revenant back again. Now, because I have now a creature, I cannot really attack on the first turn. So my opponent will probably attack me again for 1. Oh, and this 2. Oh, damn. So I should be 16 now. Sorry for that. Damn. Okay, 16. And she will probably pass the turn. Now, it's my turn. I will untap my lands. And now, I will, from my hand, I will play. I'll play Rank Officer, and then when Rank Officer has a effect that when Rank Officer enters the battlefield, you may discard a card, and if you do, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. So I will discard Scrounge up souls. Hindi put that on the graveyard. So I will be able to see where are my tokens. Here. A zombie. Now we will enter the battle phase, and I will attack with Vampire Revenant. So Vampire Revenant has 3 attack, and Tattered Hunter has only 1. Now when you battle a creature, pretty much your creature will attack first. I will explain the combat of it. You will attack with the creature, or your creature will attack, and then your opponent will decide to block it with their creature. Now when your creature attacks, when you, let's say, you're the one attacking, your creature will attack first, unless it has some effect that makes it so it doesn't attack the first time. So you will attack here, and it will destroy Tattered Hunter. But if, let's say, I block, I attack the where is it? Let's say I tried to attack directly, but my opponent has this creature that has 8 health. Now my creature cannot fully defeat this, so my creature will die. Pretty much it will go back to the graveyard. Alright, because it has no attack sufficient, or it has little attack and against this one. So in simple terms, bigger numbers better. Now may Vampire Revenant will attack the Tattered Hunter, so I will pass by. So my opponent, let's say they played something like Waterknot, and Waterknot is an enchanted aura that has enchant creature. When Waterknot enters the battlefield, you will tap the creature that attack or block. When Waterknot enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap, then next control step. Then I will probably use that here. So she will pass the turn, and then I'll tap my lands. Now because this Vampire Revenant has Waterknot in it, I cannot untap it, so I only have Rank Officer and the zombie, and then I will draw, and then I will go to the battle phase because I don't really need to summon anything. I will attack with Rank Officer for 3. My opponent only has 17 now, and then zombie, so 16. And then I will enter the second main phase. The second main phase is it's like the first main phase where you can do practically anything. I will put Boneclad Necromancer on the battlefield, and when Boneclad Necromancer enters the battlefield, you may exile target creature from the graveyard. If you do, create a black zombie. So I'll exile Scrounge Up Souls. I'll put it here, and then I will create let's say here, another zombie. So where is it? I should have another zombie here. I will have another zombie here. Now I'll pass the turn because my bone clad necromancer cannot attack or do anything. Now my opponent will pass the turn, and I will, let's say, place here Nixborn Seaguard. Let's say place Nixborn Seaguard. The creature cannot attack this turn, so he will probably pass, and then I'll draw. And then I will untap my lands. I'll untap my creatures, but because Vampire Revenant has the Water Knot, I cannot untap it. So I'll put the zombie here. Now I will play Carrion's creature, and I'll pay 4 mana, and then I will enter the combat phase, the battle phase, and I will attack with Carrion's creature for 3, so 16. Then I will attack with Boneclad Necromancer, so 7. Then I will attack with Rank Officer, so 4. Then I will attack with Zombie, the zombies, and that's game. Okay, you should be able to play Magic the Gathering with this little demonstration that I've done. Thank you for watching, and hope you play Magic the Gathering and be good at it.